we've started Hollaback in 2005, I've had tons of conversations with people who have harassed me on the street. And I think what's really interesting is that so often these people, they don't even know the extent to which harassment hurts. They don't know the extent to which harassment is scary. I don't believe it when they tell me that they think it's compliments, but I do think that they just think it's annoying, or that it's just their right just to say those things to me. And I think that if a lot of these people understood the impact that street harassment had on folks as they walk down the street, that they wouldn't do it anymore. And I think part of that is what's so scary about street harassment, is that the people perpetrating it, they don't even know the impact that they're making. I think they're acting out of what they see in culture and media. They're acting out of what they've learned being a man in this world. They're acting out of a culture of sexism, but they may not know that they're also acting in a way that creates fear and anxiety, depression, and post-traumatic stress disorder for the people who are experiencing what they're putting out into the world. I've heard women say from time to time, not many, but I've heard some say, oh, street harassment's just a compliment, sweetie. And I would argue, well, what are you referring to as street harassment? If it's a compliment, it's a compliment. But street harassment, by the very nature that it's called street harassment, is harassment, right? And I think too that we really need to be thoughtful that there are studies that have come out that shown that street harassment is obviously very detrimental by itself, but that the impact of street harassment is severely deepened for survivors of other forms of sexual violence. And for them, street harassment can feel like ripping a scab off of a very old wound. And so we need to really have empathy for each other as we walk down the street, and acknowledge that, having a conversation on the street that's pleasant and wonderful and makes you feel good is a dramatically different thing than something that leaves you scared to leave your home.